I couldn't wait to show you this one. The Cleito 120 has arrived. What's up, vape fam? It's Dave from Married to the Mod. Today we're checking out the Cleito 120. And if you guys have watched my prior videos, you're probably going to understand and realize that the regular Cleito was and has been in my top 3 favorite tanks since it came out. It was my number 1 favorite tank for quite a while. Kind of fell down a little when the Ultimo came out. But you know what? Aspire came back with something, and this has become my number 1. I can't get away from it. I've been using it for, 4 or 5 days now, and I'm excited to show you guys it. It is the Cleito 120. Now, same kind of design as the Cleito, where that coil is going to be an all-in-one. It's going to be your chimney, your coil, and everything, and there's not much to this tank. The same thing as the Cleito. This one is going to have, 5 parts to it, including the coil, whereas the original Cleito had 4, including the coil. Now, this is a 25 millimeter tank, and it's going to hold 4 milliliters of e-juice, and I'll tell you what, you can use this coil. It's ranged from 100 to 120 watts, but I've used it at 150 watts, and I haven't got a burnt flavor. It has been wicking amazing. I'm using an 80-20 juice in here, and I haven't had a dry hit yet while chain vaping it. It's been excellent. It's been very impressive. The flavor is better. I said better than it was on the regular Cleito. You're getting 120 watts. The airflow is intense. It's massive. You can cut it down if you'd like to. Does have the adjustable airflow. We're going to go ahead and drop down low. We're going to check this out. I'll show you the packaging. Then we're going to jump back up. I'm going to vape on it, tell you my pros and cons. Then we'll get out of here. Let me catch a vape and I'll see you down low. Alright guys, we're back with you down low with the Cleito 120. As you can see here, very similar packaging to the first Cleito. One thing I do want to point out here is they're calling this a maxi watt tank. And I don't know how well you can read that on there, but it does say maxi watt tank, being that it can take 120 watts, or that's what the Cleito, the coil, is rated for. On the back here, it's just kind of going to talk about the Cleito a little bit, telling you that I can take 120 watts while giving you excellent vapor production and excellent flavor, along with some great airflow. Inside the package, you will get 1 spare piece of Pyrex glass, 1 spare 1.6 ohm coil. You can see very similar to the Cleito coils. However, these are much wider. And you can see right there, 0.16 ohm, 100 to 120 watts. Now, there is one that comes pre-installed in the tank itself. Both the coils are going to be 0.16. Both will be the same. And check this out. This is super innovative if you ask me. You can see those fins in there. Now that's going to be for spitback, and the reason I love this is because it doesn't mess with the airflow at all. This is a parallel coil in here. You can see you have some nice airflow holes down here at the bottom. And 1, 2, 3 really big wicking channels right there. And then you'll receive the tank itself. I'll let you take a look at it real quick here. It is going to say Aspire right here on the base. It does say Aspire on the Cleito. Sorry for the glare, or on the coil. Sorry for the glare there. Now you can see one big difference is you have a 2-piece top cap here. We'll get into that in a minute. Working our way down to the bottom, we have a gold plated fixed 510 pin. It will say Cleito 120, designed and manufactured by iGate. You will have 3 very big airflow controls, and I'll tell you the airflow on this tank is so nice. There's 1, 2, 3 right there. This is a 25 millimeter tank. Now from base to tip of the drip tip is going to be 52 millimeters. And you do have a wide bore 12 millimeter chuff cap on top. There is no 510 adapter for this. Taking a look at the two side by side here, you can see quite a size difference in them. You do have a wider chuff cap on top, and you can see looking down in those coils, you see that fin there, or those fins, that's the stop spitback. Not once have I had spitback on this Cleito 120. Airflow setup very similar. So this is a top fill tank. I'm going to tell you one thing, that these two pieces, if you go ahead and try and take this top cap off like the original Cleito and you just kind of grab it and spin it, these two pieces will come off together. In order to top fill this and to get this top piece off, the top cap here, you're going to want to push down and then spin. So when I go to do it, I grab the actual drip tip, I push down and I spin, and once it's loose, you'll see that black top cap will come off. Now there is a rubber washer in here, O-ring. It's not really an O-ring, it's kind of a washer, and it does fit right into this slot here, keeps it nice and sealed. And there is a kidney shaped hole right there for filling. And I have really, I've grown to like this mainly because if you have one of these big droppers and you go to fill this, yeah, it's not going to fit in that hole, but you have this whole well here that's going to catch that juice and then it'll go in. Really, really nice. I do like this new fill method. Very cool. Now, like I said, there is only 5 pieces to this tank. This will be number 1. Now, in order to get the top cap off, you can see it does have some knurling around the edge here. You're just going to grab that and unscrew, and it will unscrew from the coil. That's going to be your top cap. You do have an O-ring around the top there to seal it against the glass. And the threading is on the outside of the coil, and it threads right to the center of that top cap. So this will be piece number 1. This top cap will be piece number 2. Let's go ahead and take the glass off. Same as the other Cleito. Just push it and it'll pop out. And there's nothing holding the glass on here. However, this O-ring at the bottom is plenty tight enough to keep that glass on there. You won't have any leaking. And when this glass is on here, you screw this top cap down tight enough to keep it press fit onto the bottom down there. So the glass here, we'll count that as piece number 3. Now you're going to have your monster coil here. And that just simply unscrews from the base. Piece number 4 right there. And then you have the base. And that'll be piece number 5. Not a whole bunch to show you, but this tank right here produces some of the best flavor, some of the greatest vapor production, nice dense clouds. And to only have 5 pieces to it, be a very simple kind of design, it's very, very impressive, this tank. Let's go ahead and screw this coil back in. Then we'll go ahead and put the glass piece on there. Now when you're putting this top cap on, you want to make sure that you're not putting it on upside down. It will go on either way. Make sure this O-ring here is facing the bottom of the tank. And the threads are so smooth, buttery smooth on this, really, really nice. Then this top cap, and you can feel it, you can almost kind of feel that O-ring just kind of sit in there, really, really nice. It's almost fun to screw this together, I'll tell you that. And that's it. That's your Cleito 120. Let's go ahead and jump out. Let's vape on it and talk about it. Alright guys, so we're back with you up top. That was the Cleito 120. So, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you like the original Cleito? I'm going to tell you right now, if you like the original Cleito, you're going to love this. If you never had the original Cleito, get it, or do yourself one better. get you one of these because these are the shit. Alright, so flavor is amazing off of these. Vapor production, I want to go ahead and show you. Let me back up and catch a vape here. I've been using this tank, like I said, for about 5 days, and the only thing that has been in it is this one-eyed turtle from Microbrew Vapor. Look at those bottles. They're different than anything you've ever seen. Flavor profile on this, check this out. Deep fried soft pretzel dough topped with graham crackers and brown sugar. Nothing on the market like it, and you know, it's just amazing. Sweet, but not too sweet. Has that rich, the deeper type of notes to it. Excellent, excellent. So anyways, about this Cleito, let's talk about pros and cons, all right? Pros, anything the last Cleito had, this one still does. However, the coils on this I feel are 10 times better. There's a huge pro on this that's a part of innovation where they put the little fins that go over the coil. You're not going to have any problem with spitback on this. I have not had spitback one time on this, and the best part about it is it doesn't restrict the airflow. I have not seen anyone do that yet. It's just fins that kind of tip over the top of the coil and the organic cotton in there, but it stops all spitback from coming in your mouth. Another pro to it is this top cap, it's 2 pieces. That's new on this Cleito 120. But when you're vaping at 120 watts, metal's going to get hot. Stainless steel, whatever you want to call it, is going to get hot. And that's a big reason I think they went with the 2-piece top cap here, is because you have the metal piece there, right? That's going to hold your glass in. And then you have this top piece, which is Delrin. This doesn't get hot. Now, I told you I'll vape it at 150 watts. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So this is at 118 watts. This coil is rated to 120. This is at 118. Now, that right there was a good 2-second pull. It's warm, but it's not too warm. Let's go ahead and jack it up to, there's 148 watts. Now, like I said, this coil is only rated to 120. I have vaped it at 150 before. Here's 148. Ramp up time is instantaneous. There is no waiting on this at all. Now, yes, I do have it on the RX200S, which is an excellent mod, but this tank, no ramp up time. That's a 148 watt hit, maybe a 1.5 second hit, tons of vapor. Now that's getting into a hot type of vape, but this coil is taking it. I'm not getting any dry hits. I'm not getting any burnt flavor. You know, I just got a hands down Aspire. Excellent job on these coils. You really freaking nailed it with these coils. I'm a big fan of them. So another big pro is it's a 4 milliliter tank. Yes, it is a 25 millimeter tank, but it'll hold 4 milliliters for you. Now this tank is going to go through juice faster than a 60 watt tank. You're vaping at 100, 120 watts. I'll tell you, my sweet spot for this tank is right at 100 watts even. Like it is right there. You can see the coil's reading 0.16, exactly what the coil says it should. And this is my sweet spot right here. You know, it's the perfect temperature of vape in there, and it's just excellent. Now, as far as cons, I'm not going to list this as a con. However, this is something I do want to mention to you guys, is if you take this tank and you go to open it like the old Cleito or a top fill tank where the whole top cap comes off, you're going to end up pulling off this black Delrin piece and this metal top cap if you just unscrew it. Now, they do have knurling on it. That top Delrin cap kind of has like these waves cut in it so that you can grab it. However, you don't really need to use them. Now, what I've found that I do every time, and it works every single time, is you push down. Push down on the black Delrin, hold the drip tip itself, push down and turn, and it'll separate itself from that metal top cap. You just have to turn it about 1/8 of the way, then you can just grab that top cap, and it'll unscrew with no problem for you. Screws right back on, really easy. Like I said, threads are buttery smooth. Some of the best threads I think I've had. No burls, nothing. Tank's really clean. No sharp edges. Just, you know what, Aspire nailed it. They hit it out of the park with this one. This is going to be a big tank for the flavor, the vapor production, like I've said 100 times. This is a tank that I highly, highly recommend. Now, where can you find it? I don't know. They're not really out too much yet. Come next week, they're going to start to be out more. I'll go ahead and I'll update this video, and I will tag some links down below when I do see them out and about. I do have a giveaway going on right now. About to hit 1,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you to everyone out there who is subscribing. Go back, my last video. There's a giveaway going on. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, that giveaway is going to end. But it's going to be the top 3 people in that giveaway. So 3 different people. You're all going to get mods. You're all going to get, well, not all of yous, but the 3 people that win, you're going to get a mod a piece, you're going to get a tank a piece, you're going to get something to build, you're going to get juice. Each prize package has that, 3 different prize packages. You know, I wish I could give something to everyone, but I don't have all that kind of stuff, you know. Anyways, the Cleito 120, get you one of these. Excellent tank. I can't stop using it. The Ultimo tank, I love that tank. That tank just sits up there now after I got this thing. I don't see this tank just sitting up there ever. My favorite tank right here. Thanks, guys. Remember, it's August 8th. Actually, when I shot this it's August 8th, so it may be up. This video might be up August 9th, but right now it's August 8th. Still, get out there, do what you got to do. There's a link to CASA.org down below. Please get out there and send your emails, make your phone calls. Just because it's August 8th doesn't mean we stop doing that stuff. Still fight for your right to vape. Again, thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And remember, vape together, stay together.